Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und Hallo zu einem weiteren Part Fake Great Order. Ich bin es am Simmerfix. Beim letzten Mal sind wir hier in Norwich gewesen und haben die erste Glocke geläutet. Nun beginnt hier unsere Reise wirklich. In ganz Britannien war es zu hören und nun weiß morgen, dass wir offiziell eine Rebellentruppe sind. Woodwars will hier nun einen Angriff starten, der ja von Aurora glücklicherweise abgelenkt worden ist. Und ich denke, so wie wir ihn bis jetzt gesehen haben, wird das ein sehr blutrünstiger Angriff. Auf jeden Fall. Oh mein Gott! Was sind das schon wieder für Kapitel, Mann? Ich dachte mir so, ja, okay, jetzt irgendwie 24 Kapitel hat der Akt 2. Dachte mir, irgendwie schaffen wir das. Aber wenn es so weitergeht, dann verstehe ich das. Also, Chapter 13. Wales Part 2. Und ich denke mal, liebe Leute, nun wird es erst richtig losgehen, denn Artoria hat auch beim letzten Mal einige neue Kräfte gesehen. Wir haben gesehen, dass Mesh in die Zeit zurückgereist ist und in die Zeit von Asek gereist ist. Und nun geht es natürlich darum, weiterzumachen. Oh, I can still hear the bell ringing. Even though it's been half a day, even though everyone smiled and praised me. Whenever I close my eyes, I can feel that sound, like something grabbing my head from behind. It feels like this ringing may never go away. Warte. Artus. Artoria. Der andere König. Another Briton from a world called proper human history. Another version of me. Though one entirely unlike me. An imposing figure, neither mage nor fairy, but a child born to a human and dragon. Artoria Pendragon. An ideal king who unified the lords of Britain, protected it from outside invaders, and built the towering white castle of Camelot. She was loved and trusted by all. And she shone brighter and more righteous than anyone else. With her 12 knights of the Round Table and many loyal cavaliers in her hand, she laid the foundation for countless futures. Wieso dürfen sie nicht Excalibur sagen? She was truly a great woman. I've never seen her like. I don't want to see her. I don't want to be shown her. I can't handle it. I can't believe it. I can't accept it. After all, I'm the only one of my kind. I've nowhere to run. No one understands me. Romance is out of the question. There's no reward, no finish line, no rest. I can't make so much as a single mistake. So many things I'll never have. How cruel would I have to be for everyone to accept a king like me with a smile? Und das ist lustigerweise natürlich auch genau das Schicksal, was hier Artoria hatte. Nämlich sie musste der perfekte König sein und all ihre Menschlichkeit mehr oder weniger ablegen, was ja zu ihrem Ruin geführt hat. Und da wir ja nun Asek gesehen haben und im Endeffekt gesehen haben, dass das vor über 2000 Jahren unsere Castoria waren, wissen wir im Endeffekt, dass sie genau dasselbe gemacht hat, wie eben auch ihr alter Ego aus unserer Form, nämlich Britannien vereint. Und es ist genauso untergegangen wie auch in unserer Zeit. Oh, it's morning. I guess we must have covered a lot of ground overnight. I had a crazy dream. It must be because I rang one of the bells of pilgrimage. That life is no joke. Können wir mal hier bereden, dass sie viel stärker geworden ist? Das würde mich mehr interessieren. Well, that was nice. While we were rocking back and forth in the carriage. We almost made it back to Londinium overnight. Good thing we didn't run into any trouble, huh? I see. So you used the cover of night to get to Norwich without drawing attention. And for the return trip, we were lucky enough to get a horse-drawn carriage. The Queen might technically prohibit animals from being used for manual labor, but there's no penalty for doing so. Right now, only the clan heads have horse-drawn carriages, but who knows, eventually everyone might start using them. I guess that's how trends get started. Ihr seht schon wieder, der Schmetterling auf seiner Hand ist schon wieder anders. All that said, I wonder why the Queen banned horse-drawn carriage in the first place. Does she just love horses? They're part of it, but it must be another way to keep fairies in line. If horse-drawn carriages become commonplace, fairy horses would stop being born. Fairies are both cruel and innocent, you know. As soon as something like that becomes popular, we stop seeking out anything else. I mean, It's been 2019 years since we started seriously copying human culture, right? The fact that horses like Riddlebit and Passivers, dear country, are still alive and well is proof of Monk's consideration. Ah, now I see. So, there's work involved in maintaining mystics. Samong is fine with imitating human society. But she won't allow any cultural imitations that would risk eliminating entire swaths of fairy equally. Gotta say, that's pretty smart of her. Guess she's more than just a queen out to squeeze fair citizens for everything they have. But the fairies in the Welsh woods were... Great point. The queen doesn't actually care about their fairies' future at all. Oberon. Remember the fairies you all met in my domain? The Welsh forest woods? It's one place in Britain with autumn leaves. The fairies who fled there are all weak. They all ran away to escape cruel mistreatment. They have nowhere else to go in the whole of Britain. They were persecuted, ostracized, and accused of spreading poison just by existing. You see, they all look like insects, so they lost their homes because of Monk's hatred of bugs. And their low intelligence and innocent nature forever prevented them from taking part in Fairy Britain's imitation of human society. My woods are where fairies like that come together until they inevitably die. That's right. Under Queen's rule, Fairy Britain has no place for the weak. She only cares about the land itself, not the fairies who live on it. Yep, but just monks thinks they are worthless doesn't mean they actually are. That forest is home to those with nowhere else to go. Those who have been forgotten and left to die, having never known anything but ire and antipathy. And it was into the heart of that forest that I was summoned. Of course, Fairy Britain doesn't tolerate any interference from proper ministry, so I was summoned in a very fragile state. I could hardly move, so all I could was lie there and sleep. I think I'd been the only one there. I would probably have just disappeared again. I know I said I only had a cloak on me when I first came here, but it's actually not true. I had nothing at all. I was a little cold even. But I wasn't at all scared or lonely. I've never seen this fairy before. He's all alone, poor thing. But he's so handsome. He looks so kind. He's like a prince, He must be our king. We have a king of our very own. We have to protect our king. Let's all help our king together. They weren't able to touch me. But they did make a perfect circle around me as they waited excitedly for me to wake up. You know how just knowing someone is cheering for you can give you the strength to go on? There you go. Their voices helped me securing my consciousness and eventually stabilize my spirit urge and wake up. You could say one of the reasons I'm so wholly invested in Britain's welfare is their kindness. Not just they're worthless or incapable of doing anything. They might be powerless, but they were the only ones who cared for me. So of course I have to do everything I can to pay them back. That's why I care so much about taking Morgan down. Really? I'm a lot like you, Maxie. I might only be the king of the weak and powerless, but that doesn't mean I'm going to hold anything back. Even if I'm never able to save even one fairy, I'm still going to do whatever I can to the best of my ability. Come to think of it, you never did tell us about your summoning, Oberon. No. I guess I never did I? I was summoned to this land a few months before you, and your team showed up. It was right around the time Beryl first arrived here. Proper human history must have sensed his intervention didn't bode well. I've a message for you from Captain Culver, sir. The enemy has already made camp on the north side of Londinium, but he should have no trouble getting in from the south. Understood. Thank you, soldier. Then we continue bringing the Child of Prophecy back to Londinium, just as we planned. Tell Calvus to hold his ground for now. It's still too early for an all-out war between our forces. Yes, sir. What was that all about, Percival? Well, just as we expected. The Queen's army has begun to march to Londinium. She's dispatched Woodwars and his army from up Oxford. That was quick. Can't usually mobilize a whole damn army and any drop of that. It's been a day since Arturo rang the bell. The Queen must have really ridden them hard to get them moving so fast. Woodwar's army is made up entirely of Finkland fairies. They don't typically need weapons or bother with them, so they can move quickly when they have to. They're matchless on the battlefield, but they are not so great at occupying territory or single siege. So if that's who Morgan sent to Londinium, they shouldn't be much of a threat. We should be able to wear them down by fortifying our defenses. Was ist mit dir los, Artoria? And taking out Woodwars once he is inevitable loses patience and takes the field himself. What is it, Gareth? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you seemed so different just now. Huh? Did I? I thought I was just being myself. Was I more confident or something? As you should be. Remember, you've rung one of the bells of pilgrimage now. Wherever you go, you're going to attract a lot of fairy who are fed up with the Queen's regime. So, hold your head high. Besides, you really have gotten stronger, right? Yep. In terms of magic energy, I'd say she's about equal to Morgan's little finger now. I had no idea the Abyss of Pilgrimage could do that. No wonder the clan heads weren't so quick to give you permission. And we still have 5 to go. Heißt es, wir sind dann so stark wie eine Hand vom Morgen. Wait, hang on. There's the Wing clans in Salisbury, the Wing clans in Gloucester, the Elf clan in Norwich, the Fang clan in Oxford. That's only 4 bells. What about the Mirror clans and King's clan? Also King's clan wird sicher irgendwo Knockner Reaver, also Map hier versteckt haben. Und ich denke, kann es sein, dass einer eigentlich noch in Londinium ist? Möglich. Oder einer ist in Camelot. Don't you worry about that. I'm still not sure about the Mirror clan bells, but I do know about the other one. The 5th bell is at the very edge of Britain, at the root of the World Tree Empty Remnants. It's in the ruin of Orkney, the now forbidden city at the ends of the world, that was destroyed long ago. Okay, hold up. I know the bells are important, but right now we need to focus on Londinium. Woodwar's army is practically on our doorstep now, right, Percival? Are you sure it's safe for us to go back? Yes, and I also think we should do just that. Artoria is right. The Fang clan is poorly suited to siege warfare. If all we need to do is defend Londinium we can hold out for 10 days, even with the forces we have. That should give us plenty of time to come up with a plan. Woodwar's army is camped out on the plains about 2 kilometers north of Londinium. They don't have the numbers to properly encircle us. Woodwar's only hope for victory will be to break through our main gate and take over our city from the inside. Which is why we're going to have separate unit whittle away at them. We're going to chip away at forces while starting him down. Right. The greatest advantage we have is our ability to retreat to a stronghold whenever we need to. Even as we headed back to Londinium. I'm having the troops we sent out to help free Norwich split up into 2 squadrons and move out to Londinium's east and west side. Part of the job is to deter Woodwars from launching an all-out assault, since doing so would leave his forces vulnerable to an attack from behind. But if the squadrons get the chance, they attack Woodwar's isolated troops, thereby reducing their overall numbers. We may not be able to beat them in a straight fight, but in a siege like this, we're pretty even matched. So we just have to slowly tip the battle in our favor as it drags on. Fortunately, we also have the Count in Norwich helping us now, so we should be a good supplies. Okay, but while Londinium might not be completely encircled, it's still mostly surrounded, right? Is there a secret entrance or underground path inside or something? No, I'm afraid Londinium has nothing like that. Or at least is that it does. We haven't been able to find it yet. Then, does that mean we're about to? That's right, we are going to look for a weak spot in Woodward's line and charge right through. That's great. It'll be a perfect opportunity to see what our new and improved Artoria can do. Da ist wieder die alte Artoria, Mann. Die wir kennen. Okay, liebe Leute. Das war jetzt erstmal so viel Ekstase, dass das Spiel erstmal gleich gesagt hat, nö. So, ist aber auch vollkommen recht, Mann. Okay, ehrlich gesagt, weil die das alles so runterspielen. Ich meine, Woodboss ist eine blutrünstige Bestie, das wissen wir. Aber ich meine, ich finde, wir unterschätzen ihn ein bisschen. So, sagen wir, ja, okay, gut, der kann unsere Festung nicht erobern. Hab das Gefühl, der Typ, der tut einfach mal Eingang. Alles niederreißen. Ah, schön. Mir gefällt das immer, wenn ich einfach dann ins Menü komme. Ich weiß auch gar nicht, wahrscheinlich sind meine AP weg. Yeah. Gar nicht aufregen, liebe Leute. FGO halt. So. Bam. Versuchen wir es nochmal. So. Second try, liebe Leute. Es war ein kurzer taktischer Rückzug. So. Interessant, dass das ist ein wichtiger Dialog. Macht das etwa einen Unterschied vom Gameplay aus? Das hatten wir in Lostbelt 1. Fand ich ja damals ganz cool. So. Okay, natürlich Party wieder nicht anpassen. Wir haben hier sehr viele Sabers, aber da ich keinen Farming Saber habe, also Kill, aber halt kein Arts Farming Saber, werden wir hier ein bisschen Double Da Vinci Action machen. Und halt hier ein bisschen so Double Loopen. So, Skya. Rein. Romulus, well, why not? So, und dann für den Fall der Fälle tun wir dann noch Super Ryan rein, also dann sollte man das schon irgendwie deichseln. Da können so viel selber kommen, wie sie wollen. Immer wäre eigentlich auch eine nette Sache, fällt mir gerade auf, aber wir lassen das jetzt so. So. Weil der Plan ist jetzt einfach mal Bon Voyage, Bon Voyage, Bon Voyage. Einfach unendlich Bon Voyage raussahen. Schauen wir mal, wie gut das klappt. Aber Double Da Vinci stelle ich mir ehrlich gesagt richtig funny vor. Es sind immer noch die Dreck-Scuffed-Skills, Mann. Was ist denn mit der? Okay, sie ist jetzt Level 90, aber sie hat immer noch diese Drecks-Scuffed-Skills, Mann. Das ist eklig. Was mache ich denn da? Ah, wurscht. Ist egal, das stört uns jetzt nicht. Einzige, was wichtig ist, dass meine Da Vinci schafft. Die andere Da Vinci schafft es auf jeden Fall. Oh. Ja, okay, passt aber. Kann man Facecard. So. Machen wir das Attack up. Sie ist jetzt auch MP4. Aber liebe Leute, es wäre mir lieber, wenn sie nicht diese verdammten Scuff-Skills hat. Scuffed MPs Batteries, Mann. Das ist ja das Schlimmste ever, Mann. So, wie gesagt, bei ihr muss ich mir gar keine Sorgen machen. MP5, liebe Leute. Ihr habt gesehen, Leute, es werden jetzt um die 60.000, 70.000 Schaden bei ihm sein. Und vergessen wir nicht, wir haben nicht Artorias Arts Up aktiviert. Das ist gut. So, genau. Jetzt hat sie 100%. Mal die erste Welle, okay. Wartet, 20, dann aktivieren wir schon den Skill. Sonst kriege ich nächste Runde keine MP zusammen. Passt. Machen wir das so. Kann man später auch noch aktivieren. Ah, nein! Das war dumm. Egal. Egal, Hauptsache sie schafft erstmal den Kill. Das ist erstmal das Wichtigste. Mondiage. Ey, 6 MPs am Stück zu schaffen, das werden wir eh nicht schaffen. Also eine Runde werden wir ausfallen. So, die Mensch hat jetzt wieder voll MP. Was? Oh! Kristall, du steigst gerade wieder. Du steigst gerade sehr meine Sympathie dafür. Das gleicht den Scuff-Damage von vorher gut aus. So, wir machen es natürlich jetzt bei ihr. Der Grund dahinter ist nämlich die Castoria. Die Da Vinci hat ja noch ihren, dass sie 20% MP bekommt. Meine hat es ja nicht mehr. So, das war übrigens Bon Voyage Nummer 4. Jetzt läuft's. Ist echt nice, man. Das ist so krasse MP-Looper. So, wir haben immer noch mit ihr den Refund. Sehr gut. Letzte Welle, okay. Ja, wir aktivieren jetzt Castores MP. Machen schon mal das da. Okay, gut. Nächste Runde hat meine Da Vinci wieder. Goldene Frage, ob sie es schafft, aber ich verlasse mich jetzt einfach mal drauf, dass sie es hinbekommt. Und ihr seht, sie ist MP4, das heißt, sie gibt uns ja auch ein kräftiges Attack-Up. Ey, ich bin echt stolz auf mich. Das ist jetzt nämlich Bon Voyage Nummer 5. Das kann knapp werden, das waren jetzt immer so 30.000, vielleicht 35.000. Okay, passt. Ja, wie gesagt, hab ich gut mitbekommen. Okay, und jetzt ist die Da Vinci noch dran, das heißt, wir können es locker beenden. Das ist Remaining 3 Enemies, okay, passt. Das heißt, wir machen jetzt ja, wir machen es einfach ganz simpel. Ganz simpel, liebe Leute. Wenn eine Da Vinci nicht reicht, dann holen wir halt die nächste. Irgendeine Da Vinci wird schon schaffen. Das sind hier noch 3 Gegner, wir sind 3. Wave. Also, liebe Leute, ganz entspannt. 6-mal am Stück Bon Voyage. Und vergesst nicht, dass mit einer Castoria, gell? Sehr schön. Hätten wir unsere Da Vinci eingesetzt, weil da hätte das MP wahrscheinlich nicht gelangt, hätten wir es sogar geschafft, 7-mal zu Bon Voyagen. Sehr schön. Okay, liebe Leute, geschafft ist geschafft. Und dann haben wir diesen Fight auch erstmal überstanden. Damn it, it's no use. We can't stop them on our own. It's not just Percival leader. All the human soldiers are moving really fast. It's the child of prophecy doing this. It's just like what Queen Morgan does. We did it. We punched through the defenders. Aaron, make for Londinium. We're out here as soon as the east gates open. I'll bring up the rear. Don't worry, nobody's getting past me. Maxi, I want you to stay with the child of prophecy. Going on ahead now. That's what I like to hear. See you in Londinium. Ja, solange ich was nicht sehe, solange habe ich keine Angst, liebe Leute. Erst wenn der anrückt, dann wird es ein bisschen unschön. Okay, gut. Ja, das haben wir sie reingeschafft. Ja, einmal frei. Das lief jetzt deutlich besser als erwartet. It took a few small skirmishes to get here, but we made it. Back nearly unscattered. I'd say we got the battle today. Great work, everyone. You weren't kidding about Londinium being tough, huh? That's an underestimated. Underestimated. I took a look at the walls earlier, and it looks like they're embedded with mystic hearts. It reminded me of mesh armor. Gosh, I love armor. It makes me so knightly. Maybe I should get some for myself. Then again, maybe it's still too soon for me. Besides, I don't even know where I'd go get some anyway. I gotta say, they still have the advantage of numbers. And the longer this battle drags on, the more likely they are to get reinforcements from Camelot. We can't just lurk in our heady hole forever. We need to be looking for chances to make the fight to them. And that can wait until we have more soldiers of our own to work with. like the ones the Count sending along with the supplies. By this time tomorrow, we should have a good number of rebels from Norwich here to help us. That's when we strike at Woodward's headquarters. We can settle this all at once while our enemy's guard is down. Yes, that's the idea, which is all the more reason for us to rest and recuperate now. Go ahead and turn in for the night if you like, everyone. Our soldiers will stand and watch. Es läuft viel zu gut, liebe Leute. Das ist ungewohnt für diesen Lostbelt. North of London. What was Army Camp? Oh, what was? Say that again, Beryl Gut. I don't think I heard you right. Did you really just forbid me from going into battle? You want me to refrain from attacking Londinium directly? High Queen Morgan would never say anything like that. Don't you lie to me, you filthy human. You think just because the High Queen's taking a liking to you, you can dishonor me and my army? Wow, easy there, Woodward. I'm not so big on this plan either, okay? If you go ask me, this is a great opportunity to demolish that castle while we have all the rebels in one place. I mean, this is obviously a terrible move, right? I can't blame you for having an issue with it. So, how about it, buddy? Why don't you tell me what you really think of the High Queen? I'd be more than happy to pass it along to her when I get back to Camelot. Oh, I think that's a great idea. I'd love to hear Mother's reaction to that. Go on, Fable, bark for us. If you've got something to say to Mother, let's hear it. Hey, is it true Aurora played you like a fiddle in your own restaurant while shit was going down in Norwich? No wonder Mother's so sick of you. Can't blame her for forbidding you a fight until you shape up. You know, you're the only one who's ever made her cross like that. Who knows you'll get up without some oversight. Don't you talk to me like that, you little... Lord Woodward, you have every right to be upset, but please try to control yourself. I know, I'm well aware. I won't repeat Boggart's mistake. If that is the High Queen's command, I am of course happy to comply. The Fang clan have always been High Queen Morgan's loyal retainers. We are nothing like the Earth clan, always dancing to Spriggan's tune. Very well then, if they want to hide in their castle, I can play along a while. I'm delighted that Her Majesty has entrusted me with eradicating both the Child of Prophecy and the Royal Table Army. Of course I have no objections. But, that being said, should the Round Table Army attack us, all bets are off. I trust you understand that, if that happens, we will have to meet them in the field. You bet, buddy. Believe me, that's what I prefer to. But I can't lend you Tristan, okay? She's my personal bodyguard. If things start getting serious, I'll be counting on you guys to massacre the Round Table by your army yourself. But hey, you can pull that off, right? You might be getting old, but you're still the head of the Fang clan. Don't be ridiculous. I don't even need to go after them myself. My lead soldiers will be more than enough. Neither the Child of Prophecy nor the foreign mage pose any real threat. The only problem is that cheeky brat Percival, who managed to put up a good fight against Lancelot. Still, this is a battle, not a duel. Even if he happened to be the last on the standing, what good would it do him? If you kill everyone else inside the castle, I'm sure he'll simply surrender. Wow, that was just so pathetic. When the Woodward becomes such a wuss. It's like he doesn't even want to fight himself. Maybe that's why Mother forbade him from going into battle, cause he would actually die if he did. I say, that was ridiculous. I haven't had the shakes that bad since Marisbury recruited me for Chaldea. There's going all soft in your old age, and then there's this. Come the hell on, what was? Hey, we did what Mother asked us to, right? Let's just go off here. I know, why don't we go stop to Gloucester? Gloucester is great. I bet it beats anything you had in your world too. We can go to the Khan's restaurant together, and after that we can try, robbing a bank. Maybe other time, when I've got nothing better to do. What, are you busy now? I'm not bored out of my skull. Well, it's just that something nagging at me about morning's order. Do not let was fight, huh? You know, depending on how you look at it, that could mean the exact opposite. Opposite? Sie will nicht, dass dass die hier untergehen, wer wird, was sie alle auslöschen würde. Let's stick around for just a little longer, Lady Spindle. If everything works out like I think it might, we should be for a pretty spectacular show. Leute, wir schließen uns immer noch wir hassen alle Boba und Sith Club an. Und wir haben sie auf MP6 gerollt. Guter Club, Leute. Auf jeden Fall, liebe Leute. Interesting, liebe Leute. Also, Woodward soll nicht kämpfen, aber da wir ja versuchen, sie anzugreifen, wird Woodward ja natürlich mit aller Macht hier gegen uns kämpfen. Ist das gut? Ist das schlecht? Keine Ahnung. Auf jeden Fall machen wir jetzt erstmal einen kleinen Cut und beim nächsten Mal werden wir es auf jeden Fall rausfinden. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.